This is Albert Bendura. He is a Canadian-American psychologist who studied how people learn by observing both the actions of others and the consequences of those actions. In his early career, Bendura was critical of behaviorism, a theory that asserts all learning is based on conditioning, whereby environmental stimuli shapes our actions. For Bendura, a theory that denies that thoughts can regulate actions does not lend itself readily to the explanation of complex human behavior. In lieu of a behavioral view of teaching and learning, Bendura proposed a social cognitive theory that focuses on people having agency to make choices and attain goals. Concepts involving social influences, achievement outcomes, and self-influences are part of a dynamic system that are in constant interaction with one another. Specific concepts such as self-efficacy, agency, and self-regulated learning are fundamental in social cognitive theories. We will look at two main ideas from Bendura. First, modeling. For Bendura, learning by observing others is a key part of social cognitive theory. We may ask, what causes a person to learn and perform specific behaviors and skills modeled by others? Well, several factors play a role. First, to learn through observation, we have to pay attention. Imagine someone learning how to play basketball from a more experienced player. Paying attention would include both selective attention, which is paying attention to the correct cues and information such as how you can dribble a basketball, as well as sustained attention, that is, maintaining focus during a basketball practice. Second, you need retention. Perhaps through practice, the person can remember the steps in learning how to properly dribble the basketball towards the basket. Third, once we understand and experience a behavior, the production phase helps makes the behavior smoother with more and more practice and feedback from the experienced player. Lastly, we should include motivation to pay attention and reinforcement to maintain learning through persistence. The coach or role model can help reinforce the production of the behavior by complementing the good form in shooting the basketball. Now, another main concept within social cognitive theory is self-efficacy. For Bendura, people's beliefs about their abilities have a profound effect on those abilities. Ability is not a fixed property, there is a huge variability in how you perform. People who have a sense of self-efficacy bounce back from failure. They approach things in terms of how to handle them rather than worrying about what can go wrong. Bendura identified 4 sources of self-efficacy. First, mastery experiences are our own personal and direct experiences. These are usually the most powerful sources of efficacy information. For example, if you are learning how to draw, your success is ultimately attributed to your ability, persistence, and effort. Second, there is a degree of physiological arousal that affects self-efficacy. As you are learning to draw, are you anxious and worried, which lowers efficacy, or are you excited and psyched, which tends to raise efficacy? Third, there are vicarious experiences, where someone else models accomplishments. As you learn to draw, you may watch a YouTube channel or TV show that models how to draw. The more closely you identify with the artist of that show, the greater the impact on self-efficacy. Lastly, social persuasion from teachers or peers can be helpful. Social persuasion alone can't create enduring increases in self-efficacy, but it can lead to a momentary increase in self-efficacy, enabling students to make better efforts or try hard enough to succeed. I hope you enjoyed this short summary of Albert Bendura and his social cognitive theory.